out to the Fekaite meeting. And I'm not ever an answer say Gaba Canadian. I hide Gary and I got that place and me every year.
Eungwu-Ukwu ekene mono biko ije ambiala ịma na mgbe gara aga abịabugo m convention ndị ECDU wee mecheze wee mụta n'onwe ndị a na-akpọkwu AEI wee si na iwu na mma abịa convention aka m abịa n'arụ gara aga adọnwezi ihe mee na abịa nwụrụ m. So this year I said I must come here. Afugom profile, a lot of educated professionals among you, and the Mali people are you know, for the sake of Eungwu-Ukwu. Oh, we had at stake Nabani today, and that is the legacy we are going to leave for Ndai Mamuta. I am inherit a legacy. Eungwu-Ukwu bani di ebube. Other communities Eungwu-Ukwu, they envy us. So why do they envy us? Infrastructure. In fact, community like Nimo buzo nwe standard 6 before Eungwu-Ukwu. Ndi buzo nene standard 6 na Eungwu-Ukwu na St. Anthony. It was in 1948. My father was one of that class of 1948. Before I go to standard 4, then we go standard 5 and standard 6. But in 48, they wrote standard 6. My father, late Chief Omesu, was also one of that class. 1948, St. Anthony Eungwu-Ukwu. So, kedi kwani ihe ndị ba jide ebube. Ihe Eungwu-Ukwu jide ebube na engomi is the love ndị ba na share. All the intoxicating. That's what we inherited from Nde Mulani. If unanya imeki honu. Today we are losing it. Umwaka emuta will not inherit it. The Eungwu-Ukwu ji asomili azu onwefa. Nifuta obo Eungwu-Ukwu no azo na anu ogu. Isolu no ogu. Anu tazi ogu ekubi men SM. Izop taweru one day. He have legacy I will inherit. Now today people will be and with so many stories flying around. It was where Mwani, they will can and they. But those things are in the past. Mwani centuries ago. Nokatalano, Western Eungwu-Ukwu one village of Eungwu-Ukwu, Nilimbume, na Eungwu-Ukwu. And Eungwu-Ukwu bani, they came together, near together there as a covenant. No one like a babu, Ibene Meli Bene, on the one there, also. That's why an Enugu, the only festival Enugu. That's the only one. New Year Festival is an Igbo-wide tradition. But when you talk about traditional festival, every other festival in Abani is either at village level or sectional level. And Eungwu-Ukwu Christmas in the Eungwu-Ukwu nukuto takao. Posa an Eungwu-Ukwu family ona nesi awo na bebe. Esi chawo, liche chawo, mucha mmanya. Ona aku 4 afgaba na Eungwu-Ukwu. Je meto waka na aru, je ti oisi. But we are losing it today. And that's my own mission. We must get it back. You know, so in Ezianya, now all the conflicts in Abani, if that you can link it to that loss of sense of oneness, sense of unity. So AEI, the very unique, is a unique association of Eungwu-Ukwu. And why are you unique? Your uniqueness comes from your membership. Because membership UNU cover the 4 citizens groups in Eungwu-Ukwu. I'm a 4 citizenship groups. And then we're 2 routes to get into those citizenship groups. So I will work I'm Eungwu-Ukwu. Mwada I'm Eungwu-Ukwu. Mwe munye anyi ndi na-abụrụ Eungwu-Ukwu anụtara anaghị naturalize abụrụ onye Eungwu-Ukwu nwezi ụmụ nwa dị ana anyị na ndị be anyị sịrị a na-amụ mmadụ ebe na-abụ amụọ ube nna gị amụọ n'ukwu nne gị ọsọ chụba na be nna gị ịnata ukwu nne gị and naturalize and you will be accepted. So AEI unu nwere these 4 membership groups in equal participation. So nwunye mmadụ abụrụ a member because Nigeria a member. He joins as a member. One na join as a member. I was very excited oge nụ na ofu nwunye anyị nọ na board. Ọ bụrụ onye Eungwu-Ukwu a na-anya ya Eungwu nọ na board unu. I was also equally excited. Oge nụ na o nwere that the immediate past executive secretary of AEI. I was very excited. Even though some people do misinformed. Now, who know in those days? Now, why not June? All misinformation. Umwada are revered. Eungwu-Ukwu. And with respect, how perpetual inheritance in Eungwu-Ukwu. Maka na ọgbaju odolu mgbe mmadụ bitere n'ụwa na ụmụada na-etegharị ikpeazụ ọgbara na bed ụmụaka na-aṅụ mmiri n'ilo ụmụada na ọhụrụ na bed na-ebe akwa ọsọ ọlụ nwoke ma ọ bụrụ nwaanyị ụmụada ga-anọ so ana m ekene unu amara m onwe ndị Eungwu-Ukwu ọzọ nwere this kind of model ọ dị ka eme ya nṅomi ọ bụrụ ihe people ga na-condemn na fight to destroy AEI. It's a very bad thing. Now let's look at this conflict, AEI and ECDU USA. Una forgot the diversity of membership of AEI. That is the model I suppose in a promote. Ebo una outside Nigeria and the bang no. Could when that number, when that economy of scale, when we keep we hunu name. Now, this open SN. When you go to the root, if you need to have impunity, Eungwu-Ukwu a constitution. Number 1, put in the constitution Eungwu-Ukwu on 3 sections. The first part was general provision. Then went part 1, traditional authority constitution, and went part 2, ECDU. Now, if you go to that first part, only a few provisions there. Section 3, dealt with separation of powers. It was an emphatic statement. Separation of powers between the traditional authority and ECDU, and that they should meet at least twice a year just to harmonize things in the interest of Eungwu-Ukwu people. How can the power resides within the Eungwu-Ukwu? In those also no Owelu, Owala, Owa. In our own case, Owelu, Owa and Eungwu-Ukwu, Owa and Eungwu-Ukwu before another person. The Eungwu-Ukwu people take precedence before another person, including the Igwe himself, because he was first an Eungwu-Ukwu person before Wuli Igwe. So Eungwu-Ukwu, Ola and Eungwu-Ukwu bani, because it's a land of covenant. Notwithstanding how each group or village migrated, because humanity is migrating. They migrated from somewhere to live there. So it is not important, again, any longer how any village or section came to be. What is important is that Nande Mulani, centuries ago, have come together to say, now everyone, we don't have to know why they did it, but we know the result. That result is what kept us together as one man, and now you have other communities. So, although now the traditional authority of Eungwu-Ukwu now respect the constitution of Eungwu-Ukwu, I was talking to one very high-ranking chief. I challenged him. He said, "Abuna Pibugo ECDU Eungwu-Ukwu. Whether now in America, they have many thousand miles away. Now waste your time. I said, "I'm happy with ECDU. No one can have a meeting. Nega kwenti. Have a meeting in the cabinet. Now have a PG invite. Come back all now. See if you go here na good. Oh, you invite him President General. Was the PG. But they have diminished that office. That today, the PG and also PG that is nothing. You cannot raise money. If you raise it's going to 10 million, people say 10 million. Give me 5 million. You can raise money. And who budget now? And who can have a budget every year? Now you have a budget of 200 million for infrastructure. It is doable. You know, but only you have on top have to have capacity. People there and they get into. Otherwise, nobody will listen to you. So we must get ECDU back on track. Now, still in that constitution, you look at the relationship between ECDU Central and all the so-called branches and affiliates. When you go to part 2 of that constitution, which is the ECD constitution, section 6 here deals with membership. I'm sure some of us read that constitution. If you look at that section 6, it says that now ECDU derives membership from the villages. Only. It is the villages that have responsibility to keep register of members of ECDU, and they are supposed to submit it to ECDU 1st of August every year. That's how ECDU collects the fines. So, and if you go further down, I think in section 15, ever had discussed, they said branches of ECDU. You know, they describe how AEI can become a branch, or Port Harcourt can become a branch. But still in that section 15, subsection II, I think, it defines how you can be a member. It says you have to apply. And when you apply, AGM have to approve it. So what does it tell you? It tells you that it's voluntary. If you have to apply to become a member, it means it is voluntary. So even ECD USA, there is no compulsion. Nothing is automatic that now if you have the association of Eungwu people about the hand, no you member of ECDU Central. No! ECDU derives membership from the villages. So everybody is a member of ECDU here through your village, not through USA. And that's what they should focus on. To get the villages strong and then organize Eungwu-Ukwu properly. And that has to be done. Yes. Because all the area they will be running from, So ECDU Central and the National Authority must remove their hand from here, Basalo, AEI and ECDU USA. Whoa. They must remove their hand. Yes. Let me give you an example. We had issue in ECDU Port Harcourt. I'm chairman of board of trustees. So this issue now drag from there. Meanwhile, Emego meeting at the center resolve what was the problem. Executive Nyani, how they resolved it. And we could vote in favor, ratify the executive member. Nda Micha, Babulu Sina Hajana cabinet. I said, some of them called me. The traditional prime minister called me. Simone said, no, don't go there. The Eungwu people have spoken. And we must go within the Eungwu people. I said, no. That is what we decided. So they kept inviting them to the palace, nothing was agreed. Only one day I get crashed into that meeting. Low there. I wanted to talk. I said, I got up second time and I said, I sat down. I said, no, instead of all the men right now, I raised my voice. I say, okay, remove your hand from ECDU Port Harcourt. If you remove your hand, give me 3 months, I will resolve it. We will resolve it. So we insisted, don't get removed back here. We left his palace. Within 4 months, we have around June or July. Within 4 months, we resolved the issue. Port Harcourt on the back. May end of year party, if you put your hand, by this until today, we don't have that crisis any longer. Wow. So, Obodi Igwe and his cabinet and ECDU, America, if they can remove their hand from this crisis, I bet you that people will come back to their senses. There is no reason why an association that has existed for 28 years will now go and step down from Kembe 10 years ago. It's not possible. If they must have ECDU in USA, they should be courageous. If you want to form a new body, be courageous. You should be proud of what you are forming if you know what you are doing. And have your own identity. Why do you want to conflict? You cannot conflict. Create your own date. Give us Eungwu-Ukwu people the opportunity. AEI Convention. I see them when came in October. No ECDU. And we go. That's right. Yeah. So you give us the opportunity to see the difference over time. People are not talking Hoga mean. Hoga is not to make peace. Hoga don't go near Ghana, Pelo, Arazobi, and they will go and tell you, oh, you are an absolute monarch. No, it is not true. And then you must speak out. You must speak out. What we have in Eungwu-Ukwu is a constitutional monarchy. We have a constitution. And this constitution defines how an Igwe is elected. Even though we say we elect you for life, it doesn't matter. But the same constitution stipulates your roles, your privileges, your rights, including circumstances under which you can be removed from office. So what is absolute about it? There's no absolute, nothing is absolute about it. He may have his open office. So you're a constitutional monarch responsible to Eungwu-Ukwu people. Yes. You derive your power from Eungwu-Ukwu, not the other way around. Right. You know, after Haneku everything. That's why I'm very proud of someone like Ofi Okerebono. I'm proud of him because he comes back to respond. Ofi comes out to respond. And not very, very important. Because otherwise, I say Ozonpku overnight. People must respond. You know, and science and physics. If you remember your Newtonian physics, third law of motion, as you know, action and reaction are equal and opposite. I don't go to Action and reaction are not equal. Only so Eungwu-Ukwu waka. It's a lawyer saying waka only. No. This year to Babu, or saying that Babu, because we react beyond your expectation. You keep your mouth closed. You know? Oh my God, no. Somebody said, and I must talk about it. As in Ambebo, no things and also Nahapuche Obie. Oh, my friend, my very good friend, he said it. Nambebo, Nandins, no things and also Epuche Obie. And no, the car. Go see also we go off Eungwu-Ukwu. That's fallacy. He has misspoken. And he should be courageous to accept that he has misspoken. We have before, and when these developmental societies, Eungwu-Ukwu, Progressive Union, EPU, and whatever which are at our villages, it was the Ojiana system, and it was a collegial system of governance. Until I went Wednesday unions, village unions, you know, when they elect executive. And even till today, in a lot of those village constitutions, you will see a role assigned to Ndejana. No matter what, Ndejana, okay, of the constitution. You know, so, and that's the truth. Ununene constitution Eungwu-Ukwu. There is nowhere any power to this and also. Ozonpku and the high-ranking also member, not Eungwu-Ukwu. When they said I was also Eungwu-Ukwu, I was even teacher. This is what you mean. Oh, and the boys know Yabu Nobu, Oblonisi. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter anything. One of the Obu must not close down. Nabu Nobu, I'm going to see. You know, so I'm a ranking member, also person. But I will not wait. No matter what I say, no, and the people will now want to subjugate Eungwu-Ukwu people. Or do when they first class citizens, when they second and third class. It's not true. We are equal. Each year is the Chiozo. You are revered by your conduct. By your conduct, because they were seen as moral prison. Prison for morality and justice. And an epitome of wisdom and knowledge. So people go to them for adjudication. Because they know and they praise you. Never when the money is used, you know, they get it. It's a divine something. Wisdom. You know, so it's assumed that this is not somebody. So this is not tata, including my humble self. I got juice you one. Are we still the epitome of wisdom and knowledge? Are we still the moral prison? Justice prison in our society? If you are, then you are correct with the laws. But you are deceiving yourself. Completely deceiving yourself. So, because we have our community to protect. We have our oneness to defend. That love our ancestors also plant. Let's not allow it under any circumstance to disappear. You know? Because I believe he inherit. We must hand it over to our children. I think I made some write-up about it, which
yes, send him copy. I will share it
in the forum so people can read it in detail. It's important, especially in personal misstatements. People I talk upside down because if we don't correct it, because no matter what, you see, we have our opinions. Yes, we know. But opinions don't change reality. Yes. Facts are sacred and they must be protected and preserved for future generations. Because even amid the noise and all the frustration is the most important legacy that we owe generation that is following us. Otherwise, we'll just live and destroy what we inherited, which is not good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I met your son in New York.
Yes,
he told me, yes, I met him there on my graduation.
Very on the request.
Engineer, doctor, up to
Okay, Karen.
35 degrees in different professions. And all they grounded in tradition and culture. Onye also from Omo-Atolo village, Ifitana. Omo-Atolo, Obi Port Harcourt. He served with a Shell Petroleum before he has his own factory. A well-to-do man, but very simple. People, on behalf of AEI USA, Konade, and a clear Konade, before Ozonpku Offozolueziokwu. So now, Offozolueziokwu. Azụ ịtụnyere anyị n'ụbọchị taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ọ ga-abalị gị. Okwu iji wee bịa ka ihe eji wee nachie Naịjirịa ya ka mma. Na-ekwu ka isi ekwu. Wee na-agwakwa anyị nwa agbala okwu ka anyị mụta ihe na ya taa. Ka anyị ghara imechizi ọnụ, maka anyị mechie ọnụ, ndị ekwula azụ.
Enyi na afụ nwa. Yes.
Mana ọma mme, ụmụ ndị ọzọ bịakwa na anyị na ha nọkwu. Ha chọkwa egwu anyị okwu.
Okay, ịmụtakwa ihe tata. Okay, thank you.
From UK. And Ozonpku
Bịa, Offozolueziokwu. Offozolueziokwu. Na ibe here, ibe here.
So then,
ana m eme video. MSS foto.
Elu kachan.